Good morning, everyone. It's Jen from Pretty Little Garden, my Zone 6B garden. I'm here in Western New York. It's April 11th and it is a beautiful spring day, but it's chilly. I think it's in the 30s right now, so I've kind of bundled up. It's not too warm out. We have had up and down weather as is normal for the spring season. So I've been away for the past couple of weeks. We've been traveling. We went to see my son Aiden, who's studying abroad in Italy, in Rome. So we were able to visit with him. And so then we came back from Italy and went college on a little college search with my son Tyler and my husband Doug. He's my junior in high school, so he's coming up next for college. So we just started exploring a few schools and took the time because he was on spring break to do that. So here I am back in my garden again today, and I'm just going to do what I normally do. I look around and I see what I can do, see what I can accomplish as we, are full speed ahead towards spring. My last frost date is mid-May, so I still have several weeks before the cold weather is officially over. There's still a lot that I can get done. I do have some hellebore that I can clean up. I have some ornamental grasses that are looking very unruly. They need to be checked. They need to be trimmed, so I can do that. I want to check on my dahlia tubers. This is my first year growing dahlias. And I received my tubers. I ordered them from Dutch Grown, and I received my tubers right before we were leaving to go to Italy. So I kind of scrambled, and I'll show you what I did with those, and we can check on those. What else? I do have a couple of hellebore that I can plant. I have a panicle hydrangea that I can prune, my last panicle hydrangea that I can prune. So why don't you join me today and just relax, and hopefully this video will inspire you, motivate you, entertain you in some way. I'd love to have you join me in my garden.
But first, I need to tend to my birds. My bird feeding station needs a little clean. Let's get some fresh water in there. And I'm just going to get some fresh bird seed and replenish. It's such a peaceful morning this morning. The sky is so blue. It's nice and quiet, aside from all the birds singing. Now let's check on my winter sowing. I have seen some progress in my containers, and it's so exciting. Let's check on a couple together. These are Botanical Interest Orange Wonder Snapdragons, and you can see there's definitely some growth there. Let's get a better look. And these are another type of snapdragon. A little less growth there, but still it's coming along. Let's check out some violas. These are the brushstroke violas from Johnny's. Lots of beautiful growth there. And here's another viola, the Rococo viola, looking really good. And all my other containers are doing pretty good. These are some bachelor's button. You can see them wanting to pop up through the saran wrap. Yeah, those are bachelor's button. I'm excited to pot up my winter sowing this year. And the forsythias are finally blooming. These are called Northern Gold Forsythia. And you can see they just are so beautiful with their yellow blooms. I haven't pruned them too much because I kind of like their wild, jagged growth. Each one looks a little different. And I just wanted to show you the gloves that I'm going to be wearing today. I got these as a gift from my son's girlfriend, Lola. Thank you so much, Lola. These are awesome gloves. They're called the Arm Saver gloves, and they're from a company called Woman's Work. And this design is called Gardens of Paradise. And you can see it's got really pretty a pretty design there. It's got a stretchy pull tab, and the palms are like a micro suede palm, and it's got the extra long length to protect you too. So I'm going to give these a try. I'm just starting out pruning my last panicle hydrangea. This is a limelight hydrangea. I really like panicle hydrangeas. They're just so easy. You really can't make a mistake. I'm just pruning it down by about a third. And you just want to make sure you prune right above like a swollen node. This hydrangea hasn't started to leaf out yet, but you can see even on the bare branch where the swollen node is. So I'm just taking this time to clean this hydrangea up. I don't think I got to pruning this one last year, so I definitely wanted to make sure that I gave this hydrangea a good prune. And even though it was only about 38 or so degrees at this point this morning, I warmed right up. The sun was shining and the sky was so blue. Here you can see I had to get my loppers out because there was some crossing branches at the base of this hydrangea, so I wanted to get rid of those crossing branches. And here's the end result. You can see there's a lot more airspace there for the branches, and I'm just going to go ahead and fertilize as well. I had plant tone on hand, so that's what I used, and I'm just kind of making a little space for the fertilizer along the drip line at the base of the hydrangea. The drip line is the imaginary line that corresponds to like the outer edge of the plant's branches and leaves, and it's the area where like the water would drip off the leaf if it rained, and that's just an ideal area to water or add mulch or fertilizer because the feeder roots that come off the plant, that's where they are most active. Now I'm just coming in with some water. And the main reason why I'm watering right now is just so the fertilizer, the plant food, stays in place. It was kind of a windy day, so we didn't have rain in the forecast. We had a ton of rain, but not today. So I just wanted to make sure I watered that in. And I'm also taking the time to weed as I go along. There's always weeds to pull. So I just use my shovel and kind of get underneath it. These are some hellebore that I have in the corner of my house. Isn't that a beautiful bloom? These are the Ice and Roses series. I don't think I know the exact variety. If I do, I'll put it up on the screen. I have just a few hellebore in the corner here, and you can see I'm just pointing out the old foliage that I'm going to be trimming up. You can tell it's the old foliage because it just lays flat on the ground, even though it's still green, and actually the leaves look really pretty, I think. But that's the old foliage, and you want to just see there's the old foliage. You want to just clip that off and allow the new foliage to grow and take its place. There was so much debris in this bed, just leaves and pieces of ornamental grass, newspaper. I just really had to get in here and clean out this corner just to free up the hellebore. And now I'm just going in and pruning the old foliage. See, isn't that pretty? Now I'm just going to prune up the other one here, just using my pruners, my Falco pruners. I just really love looking at the old foliage. It's such a big leaf and so hardy looking. I really like it. I really have grown to love hellebores, and I think I showed you, I do have a couple of new ones. They're looking kind of sad right now, but I want to pop them in the garden somewhere. Hellebores do like mainly a shaded area. They're getting some morning sun here, but they'll be mostly in the shade, kind of tucked away in the corner here. All clean. Let's head to the back right along the fence, and you can see I have some ornamental grasses that are all over the place. They look awful, and they've looked that way for quite a while. I just haven't gotten to them, but I am going to just trim them up today. You can see they've just kind of blown across the yard. You can see they've gathered at the bottom of my dogwoods and just need to be cleaned up. I was just admiring the Vanderwolf pine in the sun. You can see the pine branches just blowing in the wind and the breeze. I was just enjoying that. And for the job today, I am just going to use my DeWalt hedge trimmers. They're battery operated, and I just took right to those grasses. I didn't even bother tying them up. I just, went for it. You can, gather the grass almost like you're gathering hair in a ponytail, and you can tie it up at the base and then cut, just below the tie. And that sometimes makes for an easier cleanup, but the grass was already all over the place, so I just didn't do that this time, but I have done it in the past, and it does work well. And here we are, all cleaned up as best I can. And over the next weeks, wind will come through and kind of blow the remaining pieces away. Next on my list, I noticed I forgot about these sedge grasses. I'm going to try to think of the name of the variety, but they died on me last year, and I had a really hard time getting them out of the ground last year, so I left them. I mean, it was midsummer when I was trying to dig them out, so they came out so much easier just with the ground being soft from the rain. And I had purchased this spearhead spade, it's called, and it really helped me dig down deep. You can see the spade at the end of there, and it helped me dig these out. Let's take a walk over and look at my peonies that are starting to emerge from the ground. I have 3 little clumps. This is just a single one right there, and then I have a little clump here, and actually there's 4 clumps. There's one there and another clump right there. So I am going to be proactive and put my peony rings up. I was late in doing this last year, so here I just put my peony rings up. It's just 3 little stakes that stick in the ground, and you put the grid, just place it right on top. And for the other 2 clumps, I just put a plant support up, and once the peonies start to grow, they'll lean up against the plant support. And I also have another patch of peonies right over here, and you can see they are also starting to grow, so I'm going to put the plant support, the peony support up for those as well. Let's do some more weeding. There's always weeds around, so I find that whenever I can remove a weed, I'll remove a weed. These were coming out pretty easily because we've had a lot of rain. We usually get quite a bit of rain in the springtime, and the ground is soft. Now I'm moving to the front yard, and I just want to tackle the last of the ornamental grasses in this front bed. I'm just going to use my DeWalt hedge trimmers again and cut the tops off of these grasses. They're smaller than the ones I had in back, so it should be pretty easy. And didn't take me long at all, and you can see they're all trimmed down and ready to go. I just had to stop and admire these pink-a-blue Pulmonaria that I planted last summer. They're emerging so beautifully. The color, the blue color with the pink, I just love them. And I just wanted to show you my tulips. They're coming up. All of my beds that I planted the tulips in, they're all emerging, and it's going to be a beautiful, beautiful spring show. I'll be sure to share that with you. But you can see I planted them all throughout this side cottage garden. Mainly, I think they were all pink tulips that'll be coming up. And if I walk towards the front of the house, You can see I also planted clumps of tulips in between the nepeta and the daylily. You can see clumps. Those are all going to be pink tulips. And I think I planted muscari, from what I can remember, the grape hyacinth, along that path as well. Can you spot my new little bunny there on the left side? More tulips here. And I just had to come and check out my wreath on the front porch. I was hearing a mama bird start to squawk and squeak. I think we have another nest. I had one right in the same place as last year. So I lifted my camera up, and yes, there's 4 little eggs already nested, already sitting on her eggs. So there's no way I would disturb that at all. So we'll have to try to remember to use the garage door from now on.
Thank you for joining me in my garden today. I'm just finishing up in my garage. I just wanted to show you my dahlia tubers. I ended up receiving all the dahlia tubers that I ordered right before we left for our vacation to Italy. So I was a little bit nervous, but I looked it up online. What I did was unbox them. I read the directions as well. Unboxed them. I put like 2 tubers in like a lunch paper bag, separated with a dry paper towel. Took all the soil out. I think that was what the directions had said. And they've just been sitting probably for about a week and a half to 2 weeks. So I'm just gonna take a look at them and see how they look. I guess if they're starting to shrivel, I might spray them with some water. The only problem is they're in my unheated garage, but it's starting to warm up here. So I bet you my garage is probably over 55. It's probably like 60 degrees in here. I'll check the temperature in a minute, but let's check out these dahlias. Okay, so this is how I boxed them up. And I just put, 2 tubers in each lunch paper bag. And this box, has vents, slits in it, so to get some good air circulation. I haven't looked at any of these yet, so I'm just gonna take one out and see how it looks. Okay, this is, let me just feel it here. This is Mango Madness. They feel pretty firm. I'm just looking for some growth points. I'm not really good at this yet. I don't know if I see any growth points just yet. Let's see. Oh, I think I see some. I think that's one. I think this is one right here. I'm very new to this, but I think this is looking okay. So, I'm in zone 6B in Western New York. We're not yet ready to plant our dahlias. We still have another month. So, leave me a comment if you think there's anything wrong with my dahlia tubers. Let's look at another one. Okay, this is 2 tubers of Myrtle's Folly. This is what this one is looking like here. I don't know if this is a little bit shriveled. This here, this neck part was, I think, fragile. I mean, that one's probably not going to survive, but this one looks good and this one looks good. I don't know if I see any eyes. This is probably, looks like it's not good. I'm gonna have to, I should probably clip those off now so they don't affect the rest of the plant. Maybe I'll go do that. See, this one here seems like it's kind of flopping. I think I'm just gonna cut that right off. And then this other one here, see how it's just kind of dangling? It's not really, I mean, I can pull that right off. I'm just gonna clip that part off as well. And then, you know, I have this one and this one. I'm just looking to see if I see any I don't know if I see any eyes. This might be an eye right here. The tuber, the neck. I think that might be an eye. Like I said, I'm new to this. I think that is an eye. Okay. We'll put it back in the bag. Actually, let me look at the other one. I'm gonna get rid of these two here. We'll just look at one more together. Oop. Okay, here's the other Myrtle's Folly. They feel pretty solid. This one's kind of floppy here, but this could be an eye. I'm so bad at this, you guys. Look how floppy this one is. I think I'm just gonna leave that for now though. I think this is an eye right here. They're hard to see right now. Maybe just because they haven't started growing just yet, but I don't know. From what I know from my assessment, I don't think anything is looking too awful. Oh, here's another eye here, see? Right here. But I just wanted to share with you, you know, this is how they're looking right now. I just have them in lunch paper bags in a vented box. And, you know, this is all new for me. So we'll see how we do this season with our dahlias.
Thanks for joining me today in my pretty little garden. I will see everyone very soon. Bye-bye.